Hello again and welcome back to dreadlocksathome.com. My name is Raquel, and in this lesson I'm going to be teaching you how to tighten your locks after you've properly shampooed and conditioned them. Okay, so I just finished washing and conditioning my hair myself with the shampoo and hot oil treatment, and I'm going to tighten my locks. I find it best to tighten my locks after washing because your hair is just more amenable to being pulled a little bit and being tightened a little bit, so that's why I do it now. Some people like to tighten their hair after they dried it. Choice is yours. Okay, I use three very basic tools to tighten my hair. The first is a gel that I apply to the roots of my hair to help capture the hair and help bring it tighter together. By the way, the method that I'm going to be using for tightening my hair is called interlocking or interbraiding. I do not do the palm roll method simply because palm rolling doesn't last very long. As soon as it gets humid outside, as soon as you get sweaty, or even if you just go to sleep and you're rolling around a lot, the palm roll twist becomes undone very easily, and then you have to do it again or else your hair is going to look fuzzy. So tightening it with the tools that I'm going to show you will keep your hair tight no matter what activity you do, no matter what the weather is like, and your hair will always look as fresh as possible until it starts to grow out again. Okay, so here are the things that I use. The first thing is a aloe vera gel. I use Fruit of the Earth clear aloe vera gel. Okay, you can get a 12-ounce bottle for about $5.99. You can get it pretty much at any local drugstore, or you can also get it at Amazon. As usual, you can use the buttons right below this post to purchase it, along with the other tools I'm going to show you. But it's crystal clear, and the reason I like aloe vera gel is because, one, it's all natural, so you don't have to worry about additives irritating your scalp, irritating your hair, stripping any color that you might have in it. Two, aloe vera has a unique property in that when it dries clear, and it also helps to grab the hair and make it even tighter, meaning that it gives you a smoother and tighter lock by the time it dries, thereby making your hair look even neater and nicer. Okay, so those are two great qualities about aloe vera gel. It dries clear, it helps your hair dry tighter and smoother, and just makes your hair, it also gives your hair a little bit of a sheen. Okay, now the two tools that I actually use for grabbing the hair and tightening it are a darning needle, a yarn darning needle. Again, you can find this at any local store, and if you don't, you can use the buttons below this post to buy one. And I use a latch hook. Looks like this. Okay, so these are the two tools that I'll show you how to use to tighten your hair. It's very simple, very easy, and you're going to love it. Now I'm going to do a few locks as an example so you can get a good idea of how to do the method, and then I'm going to cut off and do the rest of my head because you'll be bored to death if you sit here for 2 hours watching me do my entire head. Alright, so let's get started. What you're going to do first is you're going to apply a little bit of gel, like a drop size amount, to the root of the lock. Okay. Oh, and by the way, I've sectioned my hair off in force just because it helps to keep it out of the way when I'm doing the lock. What I suggest you do is start from back to front. That since your hair is going to be falling down anyway, it'll be easier as you work forward to, you know, not confuse them and overlap and possibly try to do one of your locks twice. So I'm starting from the front, however, because I want you to see what it looks like. It's easier for me to record this way. So you take a little dollop of aloe vera gel, like so. You take a lock and you apply it to the roots. Alright, and you work it through the root. And then you can use one of two methods. Now, depending on the thickness of your lock, you can feed it through the needle head, or the hole in the needle, or you can use the latch hook. This one in particular happens to be kind of thin, so I feel comfortable using the needle to tighten it. So I'm going to feed it through the needle. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is simply run the needle through the root of the lock. And what you want to remember is that you always want to tighten in the same direction. When it comes to tightening your locks with a needle or with the latch hook tool, you're running the ends through the roots. And so it's kind of like a under and twisting motion that helps to tighten the lock. So if you've always been twisting your hair to the right, you want to work in a clockwise direction. If you've always been twisting your hair to the left, you want to work in a counterclockwise direction. I happen to always twist my hair to the right, so I'm going to be working in a clockwise direction today. All right, so you take it You put it through the root of the lock and you put it through. All right, now that is one pass. What you're going to do is, that of course is not going to make your lock tight enough. So then you're going to continue in a clockwise motion around the lock, maybe 2 or 3 more times until that lock is tight enough, and then you're done. So I usually do them about 3 times, so here we go. I'm going to do one more here. That's 2. One more here. That's 3. And actually this one is going to take 4 because it's been a while since I tightened my hair. So let's do one more. And usually you can tell how many passes you need because you'll be able to feel the tightness by touching the lock itself, or you may start to feel the tightness on your scalp at the root of the lock itself. Now, it should not feel tight by the time you're done tightening. If your lock feels like it's coming out of your head, it's way too tight. And that can actually cause damage to your scalp, and it can make your locks fall out. So don't make these super extra tight. Make them snug, because by the time it dries, the aloe vera gel dries and you're sitting in the dryer, it's going to be just a little bit tighter. So just make it snug enough so that all the new growth is tightened and wrapped, and then move on to the next lock. So that's how you use the needle tool. Okay? Now, some of you may have locks that are thick, that are too thick to go through the head of this needle. So then what you can use is the latch hook tool. Okay, and it still lets you do the same thing, except that you don't have to force the lock through the head. You can just wrap it around this latch hook and still tighten the lock. So here we go. This is how we're going to tighten your locks with a tool. You're going to take another lock. And now be careful not to retighten your locks as I used to do back in the day, because, you know, then you're going to be mad at yourself and it's going to start hurting. So what do? You take the latch hook tool and you put it through the root of, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to put the gel. Gel again. Gel at the roots. Boop, 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 boop. Gel at the roots. Okay. So the root is gel. What you do is you take the latch hook tool and you push it through the root. Okay. So now it's sitting through there. So then what do? You take the lock, you wrap it around the tool. You close the latch hook. Oopsies. Close the latch hook and you pull it through. Okay. All right. And you do the same thing that you do with the other one. You keep going in a clockwise or counterclockwise direction until the lock is snug, and until, you know, and then you move on to the next one. So let's do it one more time. You stick the tool through here, through the root of the lock. You wrap it around. And some people do the body of the lock. Some people do the end like I just did. Close the latch hook tool and pull it through. And that's it. So that's the simple way you do it. Apply the gel. Use one of your tools. Tighten your lock. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead now and finish the rest of my head while I watch a nice cozy video. Why? Because I have a lot of hair. I tend to be slow, and I like to pop in one of my Netflix DVDs while I'm doing my hair. It helps me pass the time a little bit quicker. So I'm going to go ahead and do my hair. And when we come back, I'm going to show you how to set your hair and how to properly dry it. Okay, so thanks for checking in, and make sure you come back for the next lesson. Bye.